And I want to talk about coming out, but not coming out in an out of the closet sense, but a coming out in the sense of the creative process. So you said, you just talked about your notebooks a second ago. And you said in this talk at City College, you said, I have a practice of giving myself exercises and writing in notebooks. Many of these pieces, and in this case, again, you were talking about The Fifth Woman, many of these pieces came out in these notebooks. And then when you were talking about The Fifth Woman at a 2011, so much earlier on, Velro reading, which is the SF State Creative Writing Department reading series, you said, it's coming out in these odd little pieces. And then another quote that I found is you said, and then the rural people came into it. So I'm bringing all those things up because to me, the way you talk about a lot of that is almost as if the pieces of the story and the characters in the story, again, they're almost coming to you almost as if they have their own agency, almost as if you're a conduit versus this omnipotent creator, right, who's just deciding everything very consciously. Mm-hmm. So can you talk a little bit about that? Am I reading too much into that? Or is that, yeah, your thoughts on that?
No, my experience is that if all of the stuff about befriending the subconscious, developing practice, and just moving, is that forward, letting go of whatever and then moving forward to the next thing. If I don't find anything, is that I've gotten to this place now in that, okay, I don't have any explanation for so many things. There's so much that's mystery, and I love that. I don't want to be able to explain it. So I don't know when I sat down and wrote about a shadow dog, for example, landing on the table.
Yep.
I've never thought about a shadow dog ever.
That was not an intellectual exercise.
No, that was not an intellectual exercise. However, I have a dog.
Edgar.
A little dog, Edgar. And I've had her for 17 years, and she's accompanied me through many wild, painful, and cool things, including the writing of the last 3 books.
You dedicate the book to her, and she's acknowledged in the acknowledgments as well. So Edgar is clearly important.
Oh, yes.
In this picture.
But I wasn't even, I started thinking about Edgar more as it started coming forward, the piece. But I don't know, where does a shadow dog come from? Right. And where did well, I know where some of these pieces come from now, but in the moment, I felt like I was just following. Yep. They come and I follow. I'm like, okay, I find things.
Yep. Right. And so there is a sort of, passive is the wrong word, but there's a receptive part.
I would call it, William Stafford has this great thing. It's an essay I teach on structured receptivity. And so I've created a place that there's a structure to it, a writing practice. And then when things come forward, when they come from wherever they come from, I'm sitting there with a pen in my hand.
Yep.
And so I follow, and I still write in notebooks.
Yeah.